This program is funded in part by Arkansas Power and Light, an Entergy company.
Hello, I'm Drake Keith, President of Arkansas Power and Light Company. For the third year, APNL is proud to underwrite an exciting competitive educational program that last year brought out thousands of fans. It's the Governor's Academic Competition, or as we call it, the Quiz Bowl. As a former coach, I love hard, clean competition. Tonight you'll see plenty of that as Arkansas's brightest high school scholars show their mental agility in a spirited contest that'll give you plenty to cheer about. Quiz Bowl is truly an athletic contest of the minds. Hundreds of Arkansas teachers have volunteered countless hours to prepare these teams for Quiz Bowl competition. While one team will emerge as the 1993 Quiz Bowl winner, all the team's teachers and parents and their supporters deserve much credit for their success and for their achievements. Now settle back for some competition that'll make you proud as we showcase Arkansas's most outstanding scholastic achievers.
Final Four, the academic Final Four in Arkansas, as four sets of Arkansas's finest high school students square off to determine who's going to win the 1993 Arkansas Governor's Academic Competition. These young people have been striving toward this goal since last August. For 8 long months, they've been working to develop the skills, both academically and in a time trial sequence, to compete tonight for the scholarships that will go to the #1 team. And it's time now to meet the moderator for the 1993 Arkansas Quiz Bowls. She's a lady who is Director, Coordinator of Information Services for the Arkansas Department of Education and has been coordinating the Quiz Bowl competitions, the academic competitions, since they began back in 1985. And she's been our moderator for the last 3 years. This is her 3rd consecutive year to serve as the quiz master, or quiz mistress, if you will. Meet Brenda Matthews.
Thank you, Gene. The teams are now ready to start the semifinal matches to determine which school will be the official overall state champion of the 1993 Governor's Academic Competition. The competition is not designed to be a test of scholarship. It is a game played by scholars, and it is tough and competitive. We are sure that these contestants are capable of much more significant reasoning than this game can possibly demonstrate, but we do congratulate the players for accepting its challenge. We have thoroughly enjoyed our matches so far, and for the viewing audience, I'd like to give a brief description of how the game is played. We are ready to begin the semifinal matches. I'd like to tell you that each match consists of 4 quarters of play. A set number of questions will be played in each quarter. The first and fourth quarters contain toss-up questions only. The second quarter is a combination of toss-up and bonus questions. The third round is a special 60-second round of category questions for each team. Now, let's meet the 2 teams in the first semifinal match. Let me introduce those students from the Benton High School. Benton is our AAA state champion from matches earlier this week. We first have Jeremy Fox, who is a junior. He will attend Governor's School in Boys State this summer. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas and pursue a career as an art professor. Next to him is Shane Whitlock, who is a senior. He is a National Merit Finalist and a Presidential Scholar semifinalist. John James is a senior. He is also a National Merit Finalist. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville and pursue a career in medicine. Jeremy West, who is a sophomore, completes the team at this point. He has won numerous academic awards at his school in math and science. He will attend the new Arkansas Math Science High School next fall. The alternate for Benton is Ben Edwards, who is a sophomore. The coaches are Judy Parker and Linda Miller. That's your team from Benton, Arkansas. Now let's meet Northside High School. This is the Class AAA runner-up from matches earlier this week. First, we have Sheila Check, who is a junior. She will attend Governor School this summer. She plans to attend Rhodes University to pursue a career in law and politics. Next to her is John Cooper, who will be serving as captain, and he is a junior. He will also attend Governor School. He plans to attend the University of Texas and would like a career in medicine or the ministry. Gary Russell is a junior. His favorite subject is chemistry and will also attend Governor School this summer. He plans to attend Rice University. Michael Harris, Jr., plans to attend University of Arkansas at Fayetteville to pursue a career in law. He will join his other team members at Governor School this summer as well. The alternate for Northside is Greg Kennedy, who is a sophomore. The coaches are Larry Jones and Virginia Kennedy. That's your team from Northside. Serving as judges today for the competition, I'd like to introduce the team that's worked with me throughout the day and some throughout the week. First of all, I'd like to introduce Dr. Roy Wood, who is an Associate Director with the Arkansas Department of Education Vocational Technical Division. Next to him is Susan Greer, who is a Field Services and Foreign Language Specialist with the Arkansas Department of Education's General Division. Next to her is Gene Parker, who will be serving as our Chief Judge today. He is Supervisor of Communications, English, English as a Second Language, and Foreign Languages for the Little Rock School District. Then we have Denise Korn, Sue Ashbaugh, and Robert Watson, who will be serving as officials, timekeepers, scorekeepers, and subject matter area judges, and they are academic coaches from Arkadelphia High School. Those are your judges for today. Now teams, you're here, I'm sure, to play the game. Let's get started with our first match. First quarter, toss-up questions only. Let's begin. What U.S. battleship was sunk in Havana Harbor? Benton, Shane.
The Maine.
More specific?
USS Maine.
Thank you. Give the proper chemical formula for phosphoric acid. Northside, John.
H3PO4.
Correct. Solve the following equation for x. 5x minus 75 equal minus 2x minus 5. Benton, Shane.
X equals 12.
Incorrect. Northside, Sheila.
X equals 10.
That's correct. At what university did Irving Magic... Northside, John.
Michigan, University of Michigan.
That's incorrect. At what university did Irving Magic Johnson play his college basketball? Benton, John.
Michigan State.
That's correct. What U.S. state is known as the Pine Tree State? Benton, Shane.
Maine.
Correct. What German composer wrote the opera The Master Singers? Northside, John.
Gluck.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Benton. Master Singers of Nuremberg. Benton, John.
Wagner.
That's correct. I have another math question. Give the first derivative of the following expression. 2x to the third power minus 4x. Northside, John.
6x squared minus 4.
That's correct. Our next question. What property of a... Northside, John.
Malleability.
That's incorrect. I'll complete for Benton. What property of a moving object is calculated in physics by multiplying 1/2 times its mass times the square of its velocity? Benton, John.
Distance.
That's incorrect. It is kinetic energy. Next question. What Norwegian author... Northside, John.
Ibsen.
Correct. Wrote the famous play A Doll's House. What versatile actor, now a director and producer, played the role of Richie? Benton, Jeremy F.
Ron Howard.
That's correct. What Cambodian communist group? Northside, John.
Khmer Rouge.
That's correct. Was overthrown by the Vietnamese-backed faction in 1978. Next question. What French explorer claimed the Mississippi Valley? Northside, John.
LaSalle.
Correct. On the border of what two nations is the famous Benton, Shane? Time, no answer. I'll complete for Northside. What two nations is the famous Khyber Pass? Northside, Michael.
Pakistan and Afghanistan.
That's correct. What Canadian province contains the city of Montreal? Northside, John.
Quebec.
That's correct. What famous American in the 1920s was admirably known as the Lone Eagle? Northside, John.
Charles Lindbergh.
Correct. After leaving the right atrium, into what? Northside, John.
The right ventricle.
Correct. Into what structure does blood flow? What 19th century American poet lived much of her life in almost, Benton, Jeremy F.
Emily Dickinson.
That's correct. In almost total seclusion. What Titan in Greek mythology was the father of, Northside, John.
Cronus.
Cronus, the father of Zeus. In order, name the first 5 books of the New Testament. Northside, John.
Okay, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Acts.
That's correct. What city serves as the capital of Missouri? Northside, John.
Jefferson City.
Correct. That ends our first quarter of play. We'll be right back with our second quarter, which involves both toss-up and bonus questions.
I'd use it as a discussion starter, go into more depth afterwards.
It brought to life things that I've been reading about.
Because it shows you something, and if you wouldn't have watched that show, you would never know.
It sort of taught me some things where salamanders were.
You're seeing history take place.
You get a more feeling for it than you would just reading Shakespeare cold.
Well, it's fun. You learn something, too.
Our Director of Educative Services at AETN is John Cheaton. He's been watching the Arkansas Quiz Bowl since its inception. Actually, you were here before that, weren't you?
I was here 1 year before we began in 1985.
And you helped plan the first one.
Helped plan the first one. Brenda and I worked closely together on that one and all of the matches since that time.
They've all been exciting?
All been exciting. Some have ended in overtime before a winner is declared, and it's always exciting to me to watch. I'm still trying to write down the math questions, let alone get an answer to them.
It always amazes me to see these young people handle some math questions without putting pencil to paper. I'm still trying to balance a checkbook, and they're figuring quantum physics without pencil and paper.
Right. If it gets past fingers and toes, I'm lost.
Do you see this as one of our big achievements at AETN?
This is probably one of the best, most positive things that we do at AETN, because we have showcased the brightest youngsters in Arkansas, and for a short period of time you can see the good that we have in young people in Arkansas rather than the negative that we see so much on commercial television.
And it shows more than just their intelligence. It shows their poise, their capacity for quick action, and their capacity to answer quickly, doesn't it?
Really under pressure, discipline under pressure, and working together as a team. It's real interesting to see on some of the toss-up questions, and after they get the bonus questions, see them to confer and work together. That's real life. No longer are we working individually by ourselves, but we work together as a team, and you see this so much in these young people working together as teams.
John, I always wonder as I watch these competitions on the air and here in the studio, how these young people have time to do anything else.
I know for a fact one Quiz Bowl team member played 3 baseball games this past week in addition to quizzing this past week. Another was in a play this week. So you have well-rounded youngsters. One was in band competition. So they're well-rounded youngsters. They're not just academians, but they are just good kids.
Yeah, and they do a great job on the air. It's wonderful to watch.
Yes, really is.
And it's time for us to go back and watch the second round of the first semifinal in tonight's rounds.
The teams today are competing for the grand prize of $1,000 scholarships each for each member of the winning team. All other team members participating today will receive scholarships of varying amounts depending on how far their team advances. These scholarships are made possible through a grant from the Arkansas Department of Education. Now let's continue our second quarter. A correctly answered toss-up question enables your team for a bonus. Here's your first toss-up. Another math question. Solve the following equation for x and give the answer as a mixed number in lowest terms. 8x minus 12 equals 2x plus 10. Benton, Jeremy W.
X equals 11/3.
That's correct. Now for your bonus opportunity. It is Greek mythology. Name the Greek god of the sea.
Poseidon.
Correct. Who was the Greek hero who captured the golden fleece?
Jason.
Correct. Which goddess was born by springing from Zeus's head when it was split open?
Athena.
Correct. Who was the goddess of love and beauty?
Aphrodite.
Say it again.
Aphrodite.
That's right. Aphrodite. 4 out of 4 for a total of 20 points now on your first bonus. Next toss-up question. What is the better known name for leukocytes? Benton, Shane.
White blood cells.
That's correct. Now for your second bonus opportunity. One-word titles. Identify these. A musical by Rodgers and Hammerstein about a state.
Oklahoma.
Correct. Richard Dreyfuss pursues a giant sea creature in what popular 1976 movie?
Jaws.
Correct. Jane Fonda won an Academy Award for what classic suspense thriller?
Clute.
Correct. Name the first movie to receive an Academy Award.
Wings.
Wings. That's 4 out of 4 on the bonus again for 20 points. Here, teams, is your next toss-up question. In what 1914 battle did Northside, John?
We're done.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Benton. In what 1914 battle did the Allies halt the German army which was advancing on Paris? Benton, Shane.
Battle of the Ardennes Forest.
That's incorrect. It was the First Battle of the Marne. Here's your next toss-up. What U.S. paper unit of currency features a picture of the U.S. Capitol building? Benton, John.
The $50 bill.
That's correct. Now for the third bonus opportunity, political parties. There are 4 separate questions. William Henry Harrison belonged to what party when he was elected president?
The Whig.
Correct. What party's nominee was John Adams?
The Federalist.
Correct. Who was the first presidential candidate of the Republican Party?
Fremont.
Correct. Name the candidate of the Progressive Party who in 1948 received over 1 million votes.
Thurmond.
Incorrect. That was Henry Wallace. 15 points this time off of your bonus opportunity. 1 bonus remaining. Next toss-up question. What cabinet-level department of the U.S. government controls the immigration and naturalization? Benton, Shane.
The Department of the Interior.
That's incorrect. I'll complete for Northside. Controls the Immigration and Naturalization Service. Northside, Sheila.
The State Department.
That's incorrect. Department of Justice. All right, we have a math question. If the square root of 2x equals 4, what is the value? Northside, John.
Positive or negative 2?
Incorrect. Completing, what is the value of x? Benton, Jeremy W.
X equals 8.
X does equal 8. For your fourth bonus opportunity, Benton, you will have 20 seconds placed on the clock, please. This deals with the Earth's surface. The Earth's surface. Name the 4 chemical elements which contribute the largest percentages by mass to the Earth's surface, which includes the crust, oceans, and atmospheres. Atmosphere. Start the clock.
Nitrogen, oxygen, silicon, and aluminum.
You have 3 out of the 4 correct. Oxygen, silicon, and aluminum. Iron was the 4th. Iron was the fourth. That now finishes our second quarter. We see that our score is Benton 170, Northside 130. We'll be back in just a moment for our third quarter, which is our 60-second lightning round. Please stay with us.
I want you to meet a lady with a special interest in tonight's outcome. This is Theda Minton of Benton, and you're kin to one of these young men.
Yes, I am. I'm Shane's grandmother.
Okay, and you're kind of proud of the boy?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm proud of all of them.
You're proud of all of them?
Yes.
It's a wonderful competition. It's
Yes.
a wonderful thing to see, isn't it?
Very exciting.
Yeah. Does it wear him out and wear his folks out, too?
No, it doesn't hurt him, but it nearly kills his mother and I.
Keeps you going.
Oh, yes.
Keeps you
Oh,
going.
yes. Uh-huh.
But you find it fun?
A lot of fun.
Where does he get all those brains?
I don't know that.
Is it paternal or?
Well,
A little bit of both?
Both.
A little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And how old is he?
Shane's 18.
And you've watched him all those years?
Yes, yes, since he fitted like this.
Okay. All right, well, I know you're proud of him, and I
Yes.
know you're proud of all the teams.
Yes,
right?
I am.
And it's
Very
wonderful to
much.
watch him work.
Very.
It's been a wonderful day here at AETN. We've had 4 more special rounds today. Benton had defeated Alpena earlier in the day in one of the rounds that was preparatory to tonight's semifinal. I guess you'd call those the quarterfinals, wouldn't you? Fort Smith got here to tonight's semifinal by defeating Rural Special. Later on, you'll see Berryville meet Lewisville. Berryville beat Hermitage by just 10 points, and Lewisville beat Huntsville in overtime, 350 to 330. So we've had an exciting afternoon getting ready for tonight's semifinals, and these semifinals and the finals tonight are going to be very exciting for all of us, and I know for all of you, you'll want to stay with us as we enjoy them. Brenda?
All right, thank you. We're now ready for one of the most exciting parts of a match. That is our 60-second round. The team with the lower score has the first choice from 3 categories of questions. Northside, as the lower score of 130, would you rather have Nobel Prize for Literature, the 1930s, or the Academy Awards?
No Nobel Prizes, do I don't know. What do years? What do years? Nobel years. What do you think?
For the Academy Awards.
You want to? Yeah, okay. Academy Awards, please.
Academy Awards, it will be. All right, you have 60 seconds in which to answer 10 questions. Name the film for which each won a Best Actor or Actress Oscar. I'll give you the actor or actress. Start the clock. F. Murray Abraham.
Gandhi.
Gandhi.
Incorrect. Sissy Spacek.
Coal miner's daughter.
Correct. Cher.
Moonstruck.
Correct. Gene Hackman.
French Connection.
Correct. Paul Newman.
What do you think?
Color Money.
Color Money.
Correct. Michael Douglas.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Correct. Ben Kingsley.
That's Gandhi.
Yes, Gandhi.
Gandhi. Correct. John Voight.
Coming Home.
Coming Home.
Correct. Richard Dreyfuss.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Pass.
Marley Matlin.
Children of a Lesser God.
Children of Lesser God.
That's correct. Judges, I have 8 out of 10 correct. That leaves 2 now for Benton. Any question missed or passed is turned to the other team. Benton, can you tell me the film for F. Murray Abraham?
Amadeus.
That's correct. Richard Dreyfuss.
Goodbye, Girl.
That's correct. Benton, you pick up 20 points. Northside picks up 80. Now, Benton, you have the choice of the 2 remaining categories, Nobel Prize for Literature or the 1930s.
Nobel Prize for Literature.
All right. Again, 10 separate questions. I'll name one work of a Nobel Prize winning author, and you give me the name of that author. This time I name the work, you give the author. Start the clock. Babbitt.
Lewis.
Correct. For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Hemingway.
Correct. The Jungle Book.
Kipling.
Correct. East of Eden.
Steinbeck.
Correct. Pygmalion.
Shaw.
Correct. The Good Earth.
Buck.
Correct. The Prague. Plague.
Camus.
Correct. Herzog.
Bellow.
Correct. The Family Muscat. M-O-S-K-A-T.
AG.
Incorrect. My origins.
No. Darwin.
Incorrect. All right, judges again. We have 8 correct, 2 to turn to Northside. Can you tell me the author of The Family Mosscat?
Williams.
Incorrect. It was Isaac Singer. My origins.
Williams.
No, it was Frederick Mistral. Frederick Mistral. Well, that's our 2 60-second round categories. We see the score now as Benton 270, Northside 210. We'll move a few minutes into our 4th and final quarter for this match. Please stay with us. It's going to be a close finish, I can already tell. Thank you.
Like all different kinds of shows that I like. They teach you things that you wouldn't have known maybe.
I sat there and I watched all the way through Macbeth with my mouth hanging open like...
They show you books and they tell you a little bit about them. And they teach you about letters and numbers and how to count, how to read.
They bring the issues to us.
One thing, it's good for my mind, and another thing, my brother mostly gets the TV. I like him to watch educational programs.
Our 4th quarter has toss-up questions only, but the point value doubles. Here, teams, is your first question. Meringue is a delicate... Northside, John.
Lemon.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Benton. Meringue is a delicate, frothy mixture made from beaten egg whites and sugar used as a topping for pies. Spell meringue. Benton, Jeremy F.
M-E-R-I-N-G-U-E.
That is correct. What American author wrote the 1878 novel, The Europeans? Northside, John.
James.
That's correct. What U.S. state, then a colony, was founded by James Benton Shane?
Rhode Island.
Say again?
Rhode Island.
That's incorrect. There was a second buzz. Judges, did you see the light that came on?
Shane twice.
Shane twice. All right, I'll complete then for Northside. Was founded by James Oglethorpe in 17. Northside, John.
Georgia.
That's correct. Of what modern philosophy is 19th century Danish writer? Northside, John.
Existentialism.
That's correct. Kierkegaard. In which of Chaucer's Canterbury Tales do 3 rioters set out? Benton, John.
The Partner's Tale.
That's the one we were looking for. On a regulation football goalpost, how many feet above the ground? Benton, John.
10 feet.
10 feet is correct. What famous astronomer, mathematician of the early 17th century was the first to discover that... Benton, John.
Copernicus.
Incorrect. I'll complete for Northside. Was the first to discover that all planets travel in elliptical orbits? Northside, John.
Kepler.
Kepler is correct. Well, here again, you may or may not need paper or pencil, but here's a math question for you. A straight line on a set of Cartesian coordinates crosses the x-axis at -3. The slope of the line is +2. Northside, John.
Y equals 2x minus 3.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Benton. The slope of the line is +2. At what point on the y-axis does the line intercept the y-axis? Benton, Shane.
6.
More specific?
Y equals 6.
More specific?
On the y-axis. Y equals +6.
+6 is what we were after. Thank you. Name the state with which by law must hold its presidential primary election. Benton, Shane.
Iowa.
Incorrect. I'll complete for Northside. Which by law must hold its presidential primary election. Northside, Sheila.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire is the one week before any other state. Who in the U.S. Congress is the person responsible? Northside, John.
The whip.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Benton. Who in the U.S. Congress is the person responsible for counting the electoral votes for president and vice president? Benton, Shane.
Vice President. President of the Senate.
That's correct. They are one and the same. All right. Next question. What is the greatest common factor between 140 and 168? Benton, Shane.
28.
That's correct. Who created Gunga Din? Benton, John.
Kipling.
Correct. In what biological class would you find animals such as squid? Northside, John.
That is reptilia.
Incorrect, and let me complete for Benton. Find squid, octopus, and cuttlefish. Benton, Shane.
Cephalopoda.
That's correct. In what biological phylum would you find the class? Benton, John.
Insecta.
Incorrect. In what biological class would you find cephalopoda? Northside? Northside, Sheila.
Mollusca.
That's correct. In politics, there are two varieties of this illegal practice called packing and cracking. What is this practice? Benton, Shane.
Illegal voting.
That's incorrect. Question is complete. Can you take it, Northside? Northside, Gary.
Bribing.
No, it's called gerrymandering. Gerrymandering. All right, we have a math question again. At a political fundraiser, there were 150 people attending. There were 16 more women than men. How many women? Benton, Shane.
There were 67 women and 83 men.
That's incorrect. How many women and how many men were there? Time. There were 83 women and 67 men. You had them backwards, Shane. All right, here we go. 3 questions remain. In 1776, when the American Revolutionary War began, what was the largest city in the American colonies? Benton, Shane.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Incorrect. Northside. Questions complete. John.
Philadelphia.
That's correct. Arteriosclerosis is a disease. Northside, John.
ARTEOLSCLEROIS.
That's incorrect. Spell arteriosclerosis. Benton, Jeremy W.
ARTERIOSCLEROSIS.
That's correct. For the final question, name the figure of speech employed in the title of the hymn written by Martin Luther. Benton, John.
Verb.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. You need to hear the title of the hymn written by Martin Luther. A mighty fortress is our God. What figure of speech? Northside, Gary.
Metaphor.
It is a metaphor. That is it. That completes our first semifinal match. We have the score Benton 450, Northside 370. Nicely played. Nicely played. They have a standing ovation over here. A standing ovation. I knew this was going to be a good match. It was a good match earlier in the week. Now, after a very brief break, we'll be back for our second semifinal match. Benton does now advance to the final match, so don't leave us, or if you've just joined us, you're in for quite a treat. So come back with us. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, if the rest of the matches tonight are as exciting as this first match, we're in for needles and pins for the whole evening, aren't we? It's been a very wonderful first round. The first semifinal match has been a very wonderful match. I'm sure the rest of them are going to be just as exciting, and I hope you'll stick around to watch them. In the meantime, got some interesting comments on education for you in rap by a group of students from Parkview Magnet School in Little Rock.
To the D to the U, C to the A to the T, I to the O to the N, Now here's the true meaning of an education. To educate is to liberate as you demonstrate knowledge necessary to prepare for a later day. Education is something realistic. Without one, you can end up a statistic. Take for instance, segregation can be brought to the end with a proper education. So look to the skies, realize, open your eyes, and you will see that education is the key.
Here's just a little encouragement to get you on your way, cause the problems of the youth are a mess today. Gang violence, for what? To what does it lead when you already have another mouth to feed? Will the future, oh yeah, we can make the change, but the first thing in order is to broaden our range. Education is the key. A 4-year college will deepen our depth and expand our knowledge to the fellas. You know what's up, we need to try to get our act together. Yep, you stop drugs, you stop homicide, cause when you put the two together, then it's genocide. And to the ladies, reach for the higher goals. You need to think with your head and stop falling in the holes of society. I yeah, you flatter me, but the birth rate here is a shame, G.
Every man, woman, boy and girl, you have a purpose in this great world. Education, your responsibility. Open is the opportunity. Education asks what you want to be. Success, young people, it's your destiny. The chance is yours, so reach out and grab it. Don't fool around, don't form bad habits right now. Education is free for you, but it won't be in a year or two. So look up, chill out, learn, enjoy life and the grades you'll earn.
Peace is how I reach it. It's gonna take a teacher to step out and reach it, to grab you by the hand and show you the plan. If you get an education, then you be the man. You gotta stop banging, do a little hanging in the classroom. Oh no, won't play the fool. Let your mind learn a lesson so you won't end up making a confession to the police or BDCs or at McAdee's slinging hot grease. Let your mind yearn for education so you can grow up and lead the nation.
Single day you got questions thrown at you. What you gonna do? What's your plan for the future? And if you're living out there for the street, then there's no future for you, G. Open your heart and your eyes, and only then will you realize knowledge is the key to the power. Lift yourself from oppression, learn to reach higher. The color of a man don't make a better man. So while you still living, learn all you can. With just a little time and some learning, it's the fat pockets you'll be earning. Ain't no love on the streets, just debt. So stay in school and always do your best and find something positive, and you ain't a mess.
Those are students from Parkview Arts and Science Magnet in Little Rock, wrapping out the reasons for continuing your education if you're still in the age bracket that should continue its education. And we're ready to continue with our semifinal rounds of the Arkansas Academic Competition, the Governor's Academic Competitions. We call it Quiz Bowl. It's the Arkansas Final Four, and the teams that are competing now are geographical competitors too. One from up northwest Arkansas, Berryville, and then from South Arkansas, from southwest Arkansas down in Lafayette County, Lewisville. And here to lead these students through the questioning process and the answering process is moderator Brenda Matthews.
Yes, welcome back. We're now into our second semifinal match. One thing I'd like for the viewing audience to be aware of is that the Arkansas Activities Association has sanctioned this academic competition as an official state event. As a result, each student competing today has been named to an academic all-state team. In addition, the Arkansas Activities Association will recognize one of the players as a most valuable player at the end of our competition. A specially designed neck medallion will be presented to this student at the end of the tournament. The officials of the tournament will also name an all-tournament team. So be sure and stay with us even at the end to find out that information. The Department of Education would like to thank the officials of the Arkansas Activities Association for their support of this academic competition. Now, let's meet the second match teams. They'll be between Berryville and Lewisville. Let's meet the team from Berryville first. We have Matt Franz, who is a senior. He is a National Merit Finalist. He has won numerous academic awards in math. He plans to attend college and major in aviation science. Next to him is Wesley Eddings, who is a junior. He serves as captain. He attended the FBLA National Leadership Conference and was named to the 1991 and 92 overall Quiz Bowl all-tournament teams. Next to him is Brian Lessenberry, who is a senior. He is a National Merit Finalist and attended the presidential classroom. He plans to attend Georgetown and hopes for a career with the U.S. Foreign Service. John Bishop, a senior. He attended Boys State and Governor's School last summer. He plans to attend the University of Notre Dame. The alternate for Berryville is Blake Winter, who is a senior. The coach is Suzanne Miner. That's your team from Berryville. Now let's meet our players from Lewisville. First, we have April Hines, who is a senior. Her favorite subject is journalism. She attended Governor's School and Girls State last summer. She plans to attend Ouachita Baptist University. Next to her is Captain Stephen Willis, who is a senior, a National Merit Finalist. He attended Governor's School. He plans to attend Texas A&M to work toward a career in electrical and chemical engineering. Jeff Shelton is a junior. He attended the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference. He would like to attend Duke University and have a career in politics. David Willis, a junior, completes the Lewisville team. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas and is considering a career in electrical engineering. The coach for the Lewisville team is Renee Parker. That's your team from Lewisville. All right, teams, first quarter. Toss-up questions only. First question. In what 20th century war did the first jet versus jet, Berryville, Wesley?
World War II.
That's incorrect. Let me complete. No, Lewisville David's buzzed in.
World War I.
Incorrect. Now let me finish. Jet versus jet air battles occur. It was the Korean War. Jets. Next question. In what Willa Cather novel does one meet the characters Thea Kronberg, Berryville, Wesley?
Oh, Pioneers.
That's incorrect. I'll complete for Lewisville. The characters Thea Kronberg and Dr. Howard Archie. Lewisville, Jeff.
My Antonia.
No, it was the Song of the Lark. Third question. In what 1981 movie did Harrison Ford first appear? Berryville, Wesley.
Star Wars.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Lewisville. First appear as the popular character Indiana Jones, Lewisville, Stephen.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Now we're on the scoreboard. Correct. What French composer wrote the 1894 work, The Afternoon of a Faun? Berryville, Wesley.
Debussy.
That's correct, and both teams are now on the board. A little math question here. A blouse normally selling for $18.50 is reduced in price by 20% while it's on sale. What would be the new price of the blouse? Berryville, Wesley.
$14.80.
That's correct. Next question is a science question. What organ of the human body contains the endocrine tissue known as the islets of Langerhans? Berryville, Wesley.
Pancreas.
Correct. Under what U.S. president did Nelson Rockefeller serve? Lewisville, Stephen.
Ford.
That's correct, as his vice president. What son of Jacob in the Old Testament was sold into slavery? Berryville, Wesley.
Joseph.
Correct. Electric current is measured in physics using what type of? Berryville, Wesley.
Amperes.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Lewisville. No, Lewisville, Stephen.
Coulomb.
Incomplete. That's incorrect as well. Let me finish the question. In physics, using what type of instrument? It's a galvanometer. Galvanometer. There we go. Next question. What 1902 Joseph Conrad tale contains the characters? Berryville, Wesley.
Heart of Darkness.
That's correct. Mr. Cutts and Marlowe. What controversial British Prime Minister played a major role in negotiating the Treaty of Berryville? Wesley.
Disraeli.
Incorrect. Complete for Lewisville, the Treaty of Versailles. Lewisville, Jeff.
Chamberlain.
Incorrect. David Lloyd George. What is the term for the type of chemical bond formed when one atom gives up? Berryville, Wesley.
Ionic.
Ionic is correct. Gives up one or more of its electrons. In what city was Archduke Francis? Lewisville, Stephen.
Sarajevo.
That's correct. Archduke Francis Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary assassinated. Next question. What British romantic poet once wrote, "I hate the world, it batters too much the wings of myself"? Lewisville, Jeff.
Byron.
Incorrect. Let me complete. It batters too much the wings of my self-will. Berryville, Wesley.
Keats.
Keats is correct. What English king was overthrown by his cousin Bolingbroke, who became Henry IV? Lewisville, Stephen.
Charles II.
Incorrect. Berryville, Wesley.
John.
No, it was Richard II. Again, a math problem, probably easily done in your head. Given the two real number solutions to the question, to the equation, 3x squared plus x equals 2. Berryville, Wesley.
-1 and 2.
Yeah, that's incorrect. Lewisville, David.
2/3 and -1.
That's correct. What American author wrote the controversial novel Catcher in the Rye? Lewisville, Jeff.
J.D. Salinger.
That's correct. What U.S. state has a state flag with the Union Jack in the upper left corner? Lewisville, Stephen.
Georgia.
Incorrect. Questions complete. Berryville, Wesley.
Virginia.
No, it's Hawaii. I would like for you to factor the following expression. X squared plus x minus 6. Lewisville, David.
X plus 3x minus 2.
That's correct. Which planet of the solar system has a diameter of 88,000? Lewisville, David.
Saturn.
That's incorrect. 88. Berryville, Wesley.
Jupiter.
Jupiter has that diameter of 88,000 miles. That's the 20th question and the end of the first quarter. We see our score is Berryville 80, Lewisville 60. We've got another close one. Stay with us. We'll be right back for the second quarter.
AETN comes to life as students from around the state arrive for Quiz Bowl competition. Why, just the AETN atmosphere transforms lives. For this special event, friends and family come along to hopefully cheer their team on to victory. Like any other sport, there are times of anticipation, frustration, contemplation, and exhilaration. Outstanding students, without a doubt.
First, we have Jeremy Wilson, who is a senior. He is vice president of the state FBLA. His favorite subject is history. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas and study pre-med. Completing the team for Alpena is Robin Christian, senior. She also received a Harrison Chamber of Commerce Academic Excellence Award and was the winner of the College of the Ozarks annual writing contest.
All Quiz Bowl participants are winners, though, for knowledge is one thing that cannot be taken away.
Welcome back. Now we're into our second quarter of our second semifinal match. This quarter consists of toss-up questions and bonus questions. The teams must first answer, though, a correct toss-up. Here is your first question. Who coached the Miami Dolphins? Lewisville, Jeff. Shula.
Good job.
To the only undefeated season in NFL history. Now for your bonus opportunity. American literature. Name the author of the following short stories. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Thurber.
Correct. The Minister's Black Veil.
Hawthorne.
Correct. Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge.
Washington Irving.
That's incorrect. It was Ambrose Bierce. The Open Boat. Answer?
Dos Passos.
No, it was Stephen Crane. That gets you 10 points for the first bonus opportunity. Now let's move on toward our second opportunity. Name the Democratic candidates for both president and vice president who were defeated by Ronald Reagan. Berryville, John.
Walter Mondale and Geraldine Ferraro.
That's correct. Now for your bonus opportunity, Berryville, it's lovers. Name the following. The college lovers in Love Story.
Orpheus and Eurydice.
No, it was Oliver and Jenny. The 13th century courtly lovers in A Northern French Tale.
Tristan and Isolde.
No, Aucassin and Nicolette. The mythological lovers whose affair ends when the male partner drowns on the Hellespont.
Echo and Narcissus.
No, that was Hero and Leander. The Jungle Man and English Woman created by Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Tarzan and Jane.
That gets you 5 points, Berryville. 5 points on that bonus opportunity. There are still 2 more. Still 2 more. Into what phylum of the animal kingdom are snails classified? Berryville, Wesley.
Mollusca.
That's correct. The bonus opportunity this time deals with New York. The motto, whose translation is ever upward.
Excelsior.
That's correct, and just in time. The state song.
New York, New York.
That's incorrect. I love New York. The mountains in which Saranac Lake, a famous summer and winter sports center, is located.
Catskills.
That's incorrect. It's the Adirondacks. And the second largest city in population.
Rochester.
Incorrect. That's Buffalo. 5 points. Is that correct, judges? Only 1 out of those 4 answered for Berryville. We still have 1 bonus opportunity remaining. Toss up. What French short story writer? Berryville, Wesley.
Maupassant.
Judges? That's correct. Of the 19th century, wrote the famous story of the necklace. That's a little good anticipation on your part there, Wesley. Here is your 4th and final question for bonus. You will have 20 seconds placed on the clock. In those 20 seconds, you are to name 4 fat-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins. Start the clock.
D, C, A, and K.
D, A, K are correct. C is incorrect. The 4th one was vitamin E. So that gives you 15 points. That is the end of the second quarter. We see that the score now is Berryville 135, Lewisville 80. Our 60-second rounds coming up next. Sometimes it's the most exciting. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'd have to say that aside from the 4 contestants who are sitting up there in the Berryville slots, that the most on-edge person in this room is a lady who's taken the time out to talk to me for just a second here. This is Suzanne Miner.
Right.
And you coach these young people.
Yes, I sure do.
How long have you been working them?
We started the end of September.
And well, you were a little late. I talked to one coach who started in August, for crying out loud.
Well, it took us a week or so to decide who the team was going to be.
I see. And you have what? One repeater, two repeaters, or what?
This is Wesley's third year. This is Matt's second year. And Wesley will be back next year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He has one more year before you're through with him.
Yes.
You're through. You're a little proud of him, even now.
You could say that.
You could say that. What kind of competition do you go through during the year getting ready for this?
We attended both of Fort Smith Northside's tournaments, then our regional tournament, then we attended a tournament at Vanderbilt University that had 72 teams from 9 states, and we won the whole thing.
I was going to ask you how you did.
We won the whole thing.
And really, you know, if you're doing interviewing, you should know you don't need to ask that question, because if you did extremely well, you're going to tell me. And if you don't tell me, you don't want to be asked, right?
You can count on me to brag on these guys.
Yes, right. And they did real well.
Yes.
They're doing right well tonight.
Yes.
And it's exciting to watch them, whether you're a coach or not.
Yes, it is. It makes me very nervous.
Does it?
Yes.
Well, you're doing quite well in answering questions here. I'm surprised.
Well, at least I have a voice now.
Yeah, you're doing very well, and they're doing well. All the young people are doing well. We're proud of them. We're proud of you. We appreciate your participation.
Thank you very much, Gene.
Good. Nice to be with you. Nice to have you with us. And let's go on with our show.
We'd like to welcome the alternate to the Berryville team. The coaches do have the option of substituting at half. I'd like to introduce Blake Winter, who is a senior. His favorite subject is English. He plans to attend Trinity University and become an author artist. Now, with Blake joining the crew, we're ready for the third quarter of play. In this quarter, the team with the lower score has first choice at 3 categories of questions. Lewisville, would you prefer Dwight D. Eisenhower, U.S. Geography, or the letter M?
Oh my God. She's gonna die if we pick it. I want to.
Gotta make
Eisenhower.
All right. I was about to decide you weren't going to make a choice there. He looked at his coach. I'm not sure what that means. Here we go. Dwight D. Eisenhower, you have 60 seconds to answer the following questions about former President Eisenhower. Where is his presidential library?
Abilene, Kansas.
Correct. Who was his vice president?
Nixon.
Correct. Who was his Secretary of State?
Pass.
What Democrat did he defeat for president?
Stevenson.
Correct. What Republican did he defeat for the nomination?
Landon.
Incorrect. He was also president of what college?
Columbia.
Correct. From what college did he graduate?
United States Military Academy at West Point.
Correct. What was Operation Overload?
D-Day invasion.
Incorrect. What piece of clothing bore his name?
Jacket.
Judges, I need a ruling on the final one. Acceptable or unacceptable?
That is acceptable.
That is acceptable. It was called the Eisenhower jacket. All right, that gives you then 6 correct for 60 points, Lewisville. Berryville, you have the opportunity for the following. Who was Eisenhower's Secretary of State?
Dulles.
That's correct. What Republican did he defeat for the nomination?
Nixon.
Incorrect. Robert Taft. What was Operation Overload?
The atomic bombing of Hiroshima.
No, that was the invasion of France. The invasion of France. That gives Berryville 10 additional points on the turnover questions from Lewisville. All right, Berryville, you have choice from the remaining categories, U.S. Geography or the letter M.
U.S. Geography.
All right. The answers to these 10 questions are all names of states. All names of states. Start the clock. Name the state that contains Lake Itasca, the source of the Mississippi River.
Minnesota.
Correct. The only state bisected by the Mississippi River.
Louisiana.
Correct. The only state that touches the Atlantic Ocean and the Great Lakes.
New York.
Correct. The only state that touches the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico.
Florida.
Correct. The state with the longest shoreline of any inland state.
California.
Incorrect. Cape Lookout and Cape Fear are found in what state?
North Carolina.
Correct. Crater Lake National Park is located in which
Oregon.
state? Correct. What state has the largest Indian population?
Arizona.
Incorrect. What state has a shape described by Irving Cobb as the figure of a camel attempting to rise?
Idaho.
Incorrect. What state is the geographical center of North America?
North Dakota.
That's correct. Wow, I did get all 10 of those in with your help. Judges. 7 correct?
7 correct.
7 correct. I turn, all right. Lewisville, you have the opportunity now to answer the state with the longest shoreline of any inland state,
Texas.
Incorrect. It's Michigan, around the Great Lakes. What state has the largest Indian population?
Oklahoma.
That's correct. What state has the shape described by Irving Cobb as the figure of a camel attempting to rise?
Montana.
No, it's Kentucky. Kentucky. You'll all go home and look at a map and you'll see that shape of Kentucky. With that, it completes our lightning round, our third quarter. We see we have the score of Berryville 215, Lewisville 150. We'll be right back for the fourth and final where those points are doubled, so you never know how this game will end. Stay with us.
Just another song about sexing. Ask the question about protection. The SCX ain't a GAME. You can end up DEAD. So you gotta keep the clear head. What we have on our hands is a plague. And from this plague ain't no coming back. So listen to the rhythm of the drum track. Better listen good, the HIV in every neighborhood and soon to be in our communities. And from this disease, no immunities. So don't give us no wants or can'ts. Take charge, give yourself a fighting chance. Take charge, take charge. Do you wanna die for me? Take charge, take charge. Or give yourself a fighting chance. Take charge, take charge. Or do you want to die for me? Take charge, take charge. Or give yourself a fighting chance.
Hi, my name's Ricky, and I have AIDS. Don't let this happen to you. You gotta take charge.
The live broadcast today of the competition is a cooperative effort between the Arkansas Educational Television Network and the Arkansas Department of Education. The Governor's Academic Competition, Arkansas Quiz Bowl, is coordinated by the State Recognition Program at the Department of Education. It is our pleasure to bring you this evening. Now, teams, we have 1 quarter left to determine which team moves into the final match. Toss-up questions only, and point value is doubled. Here is your first question, and it is a math question. Please pay particular attention to the wording. Give the average to the nearest 10th place of the following 5 numbers: 87, 89, 95, 102, 110. Berryville, Wesley.
96.6.
That's correct. What subatomic particle is the antiparticle? Berryville, Wesley.
Positron.
Of the electron, the positron is correct. What U.S. paper unit of currency features a picture of Independence, Lewisville, Stephen?
$100 bill.
That's correct. What Major League Baseball player of the 1920s and 30s was nicknamed the Iron Horse? Lewisville, Jeff.
Gehrig.
Correct. All right, another math thought-provoking question. Give me the number where 3 times the number minus 1/2 the number equals 30. Berryville, Wesley.
12.
12 is correct. Goodness. What term is given to the study of the forces acting on an object due to air moving past it? Berryville, Matt.
Aerodynamics.
That's correct. What is the term given to a proposed law during the time? Lewisville, Stephen.
Bill.
A bill is what we call them. What would be the circumference of a circle? I didn't give you the opportunity. What would be the circumference of a circle? In terms of pi centimeters, if it has a radius of 50... Berryville, Wesley.
25 pi.
That's incorrect. Now let me complete Lewisville. If it has a radius of 54 centimeters, and Lewisville, Stephen.
108 pi.
More specific?
Centimeters.
That's correct. I want units on all mathematical numbers. What popular singing group of the early 1960s had hits with the songs Dead Man's Curve and Surf? Berryville, Wesley.
Beach Boys.
Incorrect. I'll complete Surf City. Lewisville, Jeff.
Jan and Dean.
Jan and Dean it is. What country contains the headquarters and main production units of the Beretta Firearms Company? Lewisville, Stephen.
Israel.
Incorrect. Questions complete. Berryville, Wesley.
Germany.
No, it's Italy. Name the 1989 Vietnam War movie which starred Lewisville, Stephen.
Platoon.
Incorrect. Berryville, Brian.
Born on the 4th of July.
Incorrect. I was going to complete by saying Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox were in the lead roles. That would have been a little clue. Who was serving, next question, as the U.S. President at the time of the purchase of Alaska from Russia? Lewisville, Stephen.
Johnson. Andrew Johnson.
That's what I needed, both names. What American author wrote a series of essays in fiction and fiction published in 1900 under the title The Man That Corrupted Hadley? Berryville, Wesley.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain, the man that corrupted Hadleyburg. Which of the world's great rivers transports the largest volume of water? Lewisville, Stephen.
Amazon.
That's correct. Name the Austrian monk of the 19th. Berryville, Wesley.
Mendel.
Correct. Of the 19th century who pioneered the science of genetics. I've got a factor problem for you. Factor the following expression. 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. Lewisville, Stephen.
2x plus 1 times x minus 3.
That's incorrect. Berryville, Matt.
I don't know.
You don't know? I'm sorry that takes your opportunity away from your team. It was 2x minus 3 times x minus 1. Next question. Oxygen is the most abundant element on Earth. What are the two most abundant? Lewisville, Stephen.
Silicon and aluminum.
Incorrect. Let me finish now for Berryville. What are the two most abundant elements in the universe? Berryville, Wesley.
Hydrogen and helium.
That's correct. What famous English author and thinker attacked the theory of divine right of kings in his 1690 work, Treatises of Government? Berryville, Wesley.
Locke.
Correct. We have 3 more questions, team. What city hosted the 1900 Olympic Games? Berryville, Wesley.
St. Louis.
Incorrect. Lewisville, Jeff.
Athens.
No, it was Paris. What English queen briefly reestablished Roman Catholicism in England between 1555? Berryville, Wesley.
Mary Tudor.
Incorrect. Lewisville, Stephen.
Mary Queen of Scots.
No, it was Mary the First. Final question. What famous movie director made both the Godfather series of films? Lewisville, April.
Francis Ford Coppola.
That's correct, and that completes the match. We have Berryville at 375, Lewisville at 310. Berryville advances to the final match. Nicely played, both teams. Stay with us. Stay with us.
Folks back in this section of the AETN studio are giggling at me because they see me mouthing answers as the questions are rolled out back there, and they realize that I miss about 10 out of 11. I hit about 1 out of 10, really, if I'm lucky. But it's an exciting time for the students and for those of us who are watching and listening. And the finals between Benton and Berryville are going to be very exciting, and you'll want to stick around for them. Right now, there's a young man I want you to meet. He was our most valuable player in 1991. He's a student now at the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville. This kid has so much brains that his mouth could not always keep up with him. And they didn't think he was functioning until he got up into the upper grades in school. Meet Scott Thomas.
I realized he was special when he was, maybe 3 years old. He'd take alphabet blocks and line them up in order.
He loved the game shows, Sesame Street, Jeopardy, and any kind of educational movies he watched.
He loved the competition. This is the one, obviously this is the thing he did well, and he was the driving force.
Scott wanted to win. I mean, he was very competitive, and he was competitive from the time I knew him.
If there was a Quiz Bowl Hall of Fame, Scott Thomas would definitely be a member. Recognized as one of Arkansas's best and most valuable players, Scott led his Huntsville team in triumph over powerful Fort Smith Northside to win the state overall Quiz Bowl competition in 1991. Scott's story could be very different, for as a child he was diagnosed as having a learning disability. But with the help of loving parents, teachers, and other resources, we have a happy ending to our story.
He was in resource, which is, I guess, something that all schools have to help kids that need problems, and he was considered gifted with a learning disability. He had slow motor, fine motor skills and coordination, and they worked with him a lot. He also had a speech defect.
I appreciate all the effort my parents played in this. They gave me support and what I needed through Quiz Bowl and all the other things I've done with my life so far. I didn't in Quiz Bowl till my junior year of high school, so I was mainly a shy, retiring person.
A force of 3 newtons.
But when I got involved in Quiz Bowl,
a force of 3 newtons is exerted on a body.
Sort of gave me a little bit of
2 meters per second squared.
gung-ho-ness, actually.
Find the mass.
Want me to push ahead for what I want.
But there have been others who have helped Scott along the way, like his Quiz Bowl coaches, Harry Shin and Steve Harwood. It's plain to see they both feel inspired by Scott's accomplishments at Huntsville High.
I will never, as long as I live, forget seeing Scott, especially on the television rounds at the state tournament. When somebody else beat him to the buzzer, he so rarely was ever beaten into the buzzer that he was always looking at that buzzer thinking there's got to be something wrong with my buzzer. I didn't get it that time. And I think that's probably people across the state that watched that tournament that year will remember him staring at his buzzer. He's quite a fella.
We were playing teachers for practice because we had student teams in there, but they beat them so bad we had to have teachers in that year that we won the state championship. And Scott would frustrate the teachers so bad by beating them to that buzzer, and they just couldn't stand it. They'd get so mad at him because you could not get in on a buzzer on him. No matter if you knew the answer, there was no way to get in front of him. But he was just that good.
Scott is still good. As a sophomore at the University of Arkansas Fayetteville, he now participates in College Bowl, where his team finished 2nd out of 17 to qualify for regional competition.
Quiz Bowl was actually a bit of extra study, and you need that extra study time here, especially here at the University of Arkansas. Gave me a little more push in studying and studying, a little more initiative. They played all juniors my sophomore year of high school in Quiz Bowl, and then when one of the then senior players the next year decided not to do Quiz Bowl, they picked me up to do it, and as they say, the rest is history. The best moment I can remember was in the overall championship game with Portsmouth Northside, where it was about a minute to go. We were down 20 points, and then we ran off a string of 5 questions in a row to take a 30-point lead. Then we ended up winning the overall state championship by 20 points. That's probably my best moment in Quiz Bowl.
Huntsville High School is our 1991.
That over my winning my MVP award.
Please don't go away. But our most valuable player today has been Scott Thomas from Huntsville.
For the future, for all of you who are goofing off in school and whatever, get back on the ball and learn something. It's for your future. It's important for your life on down the road, career-wise, whatever.
This is Jo Jenkins, a communications specialist at Arkansas Power and Light Company, and she's been up here. This is your 3rd year to come up?
This is our 3rd year to come up,
And you've been here all 3 years?
Yes, and I've enjoyed it so much.
Do you get as thrilled as we do? You get as worked up as we do about this thing?
Can't you tell? I get so excited. I just can't wait to see who's going to win. I try to answer the questions also. You do better than I do if you get 1 out of 10.
But it's fun to try, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. I can't believe these students can answer the questions that they can answer.
I know the power company's interested in education. Is that what prompts their participation in this activity?
Yes, it is. We sponsor several different programs throughout the year, but this is one of our favorites. The people that come up from APNL get attached to the kids, and they follow them on through their college careers.
Well, that's wonderful. It's wonderful for you to be here, and wonderful to have APNL as an underwriter for this project.
Well, thank you for having us. We certainly enjoy being here.
Thanks for being with us. The scores are on the bulletin board now. There's 0 for Benton and 0 for Berryville, and we're ready to move into the finals of the Final 4 and the Academic Excellence Achievement Awards here in Arkansas. And let's go back to Brenda Matthews.
Thank you, Jean. One aim of an education is to put each student in touch with the best. None of this today would be possible without the academic coaches at the local school level who are the very best, outstanding teachers and many principals who have worked with the teams. These dedicated educators have given up their lunchtime, reported to school early or stayed late many times, and even given up their Saturdays, such as today. We would like to congratulate the coaches of the 8 teams here today and say again to thank you to all of the 230 others who may be watching today. We could not do this without you, and the students certainly appreciate your work. Now here we are for the final match of the 1993 overall state championship tournament. If you have just joined us, then you've already missed 2 great matches. But just in case, I do want to reintroduce very briefly the teams who have made it to the final match. First of all, from Berryville, in an abbreviated introduction, is Matt France, who is a senior. Wesley Eddings is a junior and serving as captain. Brian Lessenberry is a senior. And then we have John Bishop, who is a senior. From the Benton team, we have Jeremy Fox, who is a junior, Shane Whitlock, senior, serving as captain, John James, senior, and Jeremy West, a sophomore. These teams have fought hard to get to this level. It is down to the wire. We have 4 quarters of play left. Let's see who's going to be our 1993 overall state champion. First quarter, toss-up questions only. Here we go. What English author wrote the children's classic Tales of Berryville, Wesley.
Kipling.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Benton. Wrote the children's classic Tales of Peter Rabbit. Benton, Jeremy F.
Beatrix Potter.
Correct. What former American possession became a free and independent republic? Benton, Shane.
Philippines.
Correct. On July 4th, 1946. I have some more math for you now. Give the two real number solutions, both solutions, to the following equation. 2x squared plus 5x plus 2 equals 0. Benton, Jeremy W.
X equals -1/2 and -2.
That's correct. Tachycardia is a rapid heart action. Berryville, Wesley.
TACHYCARDIA.
That's correct. He anticipated I wanted him to spell tachycardia. What term in chemistry is given to the force required to pull apart? Benton, John.
Valence.
Incorrect. Berryville, Wesley.
Ionization energy.
Let me complete it. That's incorrect. If we could have completed, you would have seen that we were pulling apart a rod whose cross-sectional area is 1 unit, and that would have been tensile strength. Over parts of what 3 U.S. states would one fly on a direct flight between the cities of Peoria and Akron? Benton, Shane.
Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio.
That's correct. Referring to family relationships, the Spanish word tío, T-I-O. Benton, Jeremy F.
Uncle.
Means uncle. That's correct. What future U.S. president led the Tennessee militia to victory? Berryville, Wesley.
Jackson.
That's correct. Andrew Jackson. Victory over the Creek Indians in 1813. What is the general term? What is the general term given to the study of sounds? Benton, Shane.
Acoustics.
Correct. What American author created the characters Hester Prynne? Berryville, Wesley.
Hawthorne.
Correct. Hester Prynne and Arthur Dimmesdale. What case of pronoun are the words me, Benton, Shane?
Objective.
That's right. Me, us, her, him, and them are all objective. What U.S. diplomat served as Secretary of State in the administration of President Berryville, Wesley?
Kissinger.
Incorrect. Let me complete, Benton. In the administration of President John F. Kennedy? No answer? Time. Dean Rusk. All right, we have another math question. Solve the following equation for all values of x. 3x squared equals 27. Berryville, Wesley.
Positive and negative 3.
That's correct. If the pH factor of a solution is below 7, Benton, John.
It's an acid.
It is acidic, correct. What is the general term that denotes statistical data arranged into an ordered sequence? Benton, Shane.
Demographics.
Incorrect. Berryville, questions complete. Berryville, Wesley.
A set.
No, it's called an array. An array. Name the highest award that a civilian can receive for meritorious service in the United States. Berryville, Wesley.
President's Medal of Honor.
Judges?
More specific.
More specific.
The President's Honor Medal of Honor.
Incorrect.
Judges?
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Benton, the question is complete. Benton, John.
Presidential Medal of Valor.
Incorrect. Each of you had parts. It's the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Presidential Medal of Freedom, which Sam Walton received before his death. All right, I have a math word problem for you. Give me to the nearest whole number this time, the area of a sector of a circle whose radius is 4 centimeters and whose central angle is 72 degrees. Benton, Shane.
3 pi centimeters.
Incorrect. Berryville Wesley.
3.2 pi square centimeters.
Incorrect. It is 10 square centimeters. 10 square. What is a package of 500 sheets of paper called? Berryville Wesley.
Ream.
Correct. Under which president's administration was the Secretary of Navy, Benton Shane?
McKinley.
Incorrect. Elevated to a cabinet level post completes the question, Berryville. Berryville Wesley.
Fillmore.
No, John Adams this time. In what year was John Quincy Adams, Benton Shane?
1824.
Correct. Elected president. That's the end of the first quarter. We have the score, Benton 90, Berryville 50. We'll be right back to finish this final match of the 93 Quiz Bowl. Stay with us.
This is a point at which I'm supposed to update you on what's going on, but if you're watching the way I'm watching, you're excited about what's going on in this final round between Benton and Berryville and the Arkansas Quiz Bowl competitions, the governor's academic competitions in which these two teams have fought their way to the top over an 8-month period, have risen up to fight for the right to carry home the scholarships that go with the top place winner. It's an exciting match. At the moment, Benton is ahead 90-50. That can seesaw for the next 10 minutes, and I'm sure it will, and it'll be exciting all the way, and I hope you'll stay with us as we watch this final round.
All right, our second quarter has correctly answered. Toss-up question gives the team the bonus opportunity. You do realize in this match right now that we have the Class AAA state champion playing the Class AA state champion, so this should be quite a match. Each of your correct toss-ups gives you a bonus. We're going to factor again. Factor the following expression: 2x squared minus 5xy. Berryville Wesley.
X times 2x minus 5y.
Incorrect. I need to finish the problem, Benton. 2x squared minus 5xy plus 3y squared. Benton, Jeremy W.
2x minus 3y minus x minus y times x minus y.
Say that one more time.
2x minus 3y times x minus y.
That's correct. Now for your bonus opportunity, it is the Count of Monte Cristo. Name the author of the book.
Dumas.
Correct. What is the Count of Monte Cristo's real name?
Buddy.
No, it is Edmond Dante. Name the prison where he was held for 14 years.
The Bastille.
No, it was the Chateau d'If. Name the usurper with whom he was accused of conspiring.
No answer.
No answer? That was Napoleon. Well, you have 5 points out of that bonus opportunity, Benton. Now we go to the next toss-up. What writer of famous sayings coined the phrase, "Time is money"? Benton John.
Barnum.
Incorrect. Berryville Wesley.
Franklin.
Which Franklin?
Benjamin Franklin.
That's correct. All right. I just wanted to check you out every once in a while. All right. Here's your bonus opportunity. Geography. I'll need 20 seconds on the clock, please. Iran shares borders with 5 countries. One of them was part of the former Soviet Union. Name the other 4. Start the clock.
Armenia, Iraq, Turkey, and Jordan.
You have 2 out of the 4 correct. Iraq and Turkey are 2 that border it. Pakistan and Afghanistan are the other 2. So that's 10 points for that bonus. Now another correct toss-up will get you 20 more points possible. Which English monarch married many times? Benton, Shane.
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, because he wanted a male heir. Now the third bonus, war novels. Wars have always provided authors with material for novels. I'll describe 4 novels about war. You give the titles. Number 1, Hemingway's novel about the Spanish Civil War.
Farewell to Arms.
That's incorrect. It's For Whom the Bell Tolls. Remarque's novel about the First World War.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
That's correct. James Jones' novel about the aftermath of Pearl Harbor. Answer?
Pearl.
From Here to Eternity. Neville Shute's novel about a future nuclear war.
The Day After.
No, On the Beach. That's 5 points on that bonus opportunity. We still have 1 left to go. Here is your next toss-up. What law states that in a chemical reaction, atoms are neither created nor Benton, John?
Law of conservation of energy.
That's incorrect. Let me complete it for Berryville. Atoms are neither created nor destroyed. Berryville, Wesley.
Law of conservation of mass.
Of mass is the correct one. For the 4th and final bonus opportunity, it is body chemistry. You'll have 20 seconds in which, all right, here, let me do it this way. 6 chemical elements alone comprise over 98% of the human body. Name any 4 of these 6 major elements. Start the clock.
Hydrogen, oxygen, calcium, and carbon.
I have 4 correct. Is that right, judges? All right, 4 correct. The other 2 you could have given were nitrogen and phosphorus. That's a full 20 points off of that bonus, Berryville. Now that completes the end of our second quarter with our bonus opportunities completed. We see that Berryville's score is 100, Benton's score is 120. We're going straight into the 60-second round, 60-second lightning round. Berryville, you have the lower of the 2 scores. You have first choice. World War II, Famous Lovers, or What's My Occupation?
World War II.
World War II it will be. 60 seconds on the clock. Supply for each of the following the date or name associated with World War II. The date or name. Start the clock. Nicknamed the Desert Fox.
Rommel.
Correct. The Supreme Allied Commander.
Eisenhower.
Correct. Leader often called El Duce.
Mussolini.
Correct. Soviet representative at the Yalta Conference.
Stalin.
Correct. Date and year of declaration of war on Japan.
December 8, 1941.
Correct. Hitler's chief of propaganda.
Goebbels.
Correct. Date and year of VJ Day.
May 8, 1945.
Incorrect. Date and year of VE Day.
May 8, 1945.
Incorrect. Date and year of D-Day.
June 6, 1945.
Incorrect. Hitler's chief industrial architect.
Goring.
Incorrect. All right. I see 4 correct. Oh, pardon me, 6 correct. 60 points earned by Berryville. Benton, you now have the opportunity for 40 points. Can you give me the date and year of VJ Day?
August 9th, 1945.
Close. August the 14th, 1945. The date and year of VE Day?
May 9th, 1945.
So close. May 7, 1945. Date and year of D-Day?
June 6, 1944.
That one's right. Hitler's chief industrial architect?
Speer.
Correct. That's 20 points then for Benton on the turnover from World War II. All right, Benton, you have the choice choices remaining. Famous lovers or what's my occupation?
What's my occupation?
All right. 60 seconds again. I'll name the person, and you give me their career claim to fame. Start the clock. Sandy Koufax.
Baseball player.
Correct. Samuel Gompers.
Union leader.
Correct. Gordon Cooper.
Actor.
Incorrect. Ray Malayan.
Actor.
Correct. Hugo Black.
Supreme Court Justice.
Correct. Jack London.
Writer.
Correct. Anna Pavlova.
Dancer.
More specific?
Ballet dancer.
Correct. Ella Fitzgerald.
Singer.
More specific?
Opera singer.
All right, I'll accept your singer to begin with. Giuseppe Verdi.
Composer.
Correct. Christian Bernard.
Doctor. Heart surgeon.
Correct. That's 9 out of 10. I forced you on the Ella Fitzgerald, and I took that back. I apologize. Singer is fine on Ella Fitzgerald. 9 out of 10. Judges, is that correct?
That's correct.
You have one opportunity, Berryville. Who was Gordon Cooper?
Astronaut.
He was an astronaut. That's 10 points for Berryville. That completes our 60-second round. We see that Benton is now at 230. Berryville is at 170. We have only 1 quarter remaining, but remember, the point value is doubled. Anything can happen. Please stay with us to the end. Be right back.
She's right, you know. This is a nerve-wracking time here in the AETN studios because we're down to what, well, you might say down to the nitty-gritty. This is the decision time. This is when we actually find out who's the quickest and who's the best among the top teams in the Quiz Bowl competitions across the state. Berryville and Benton having it out. Just a few points separating them as we go into the final round of the finals of the Quiz Bowls for 1993. And I know you're sitting on the edge of your seat waiting to see what happens, so it's time to go back to Brenda Matthews and find out.
It's all different kinds of shows that I like. They teach you things that you wouldn't have known, maybe.
I sat there and I watched all the way through Macbeth with my mouth hanging open like...
They show you books and they tell you a little bit about them. And they teach you about letters and numbers and how to count, how to read.
They bring the issues to us.
One thing, it's good for my mind, and another thing, my brother mostly gets the TV. I like him to watch educational programs.
All right, our fourth and final quarter. For Berryville, though, we have a new player. The alternate, Blake Winter, who is a senior, has joined us. So welcome to the fourth and final quarter now, Blake. You know this one. Toss-up questions only. Here's your first one. What popular term describes the gradual heating of the earth due to gases? Berryville, Wesley.
Greenhouse effect.
Correct. After his final defeat at Waterloo, to what place? Berryville, Wesley.
Corsica.
Incorrect. Let me complete, Benton. To what place was Napoleon exiled? Benton, John.
St. Helena.
Correct. This Pulitzer Prize-winning poet was recognized nationwide when he presented a poem at JFK's Benton, Shane.
Frost.
Correct. During what war did the U.S. government enact the first income tax? Benton, Shane.
World War I.
Incorrect. Questions complete. Berryville, Wesley.
Spanish-American War.
Incorrect. It was the Civil War. What was the family relationship between Queen Elizabeth I of England and her rival, Mary? Berryville, Wesley.
They were cousins.
They were cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots. What English chemist is credited with the discovery in 1775? Benton, Shane.
Priestley.
Correct. Credited with the discovery of the hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. What is the term given to the temperature at which the water vapor present in the air? Benton, John.
Relative humidity.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Berryville. That the vapor pressure in the air will become saturated and begin to condense. Berryville, Wesley.
Dew point.
Correct. What African nation is bordered on the north by the Mediterranean Sea? Benton, Shane.
Libya.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Berryville. To the south by the Sudan and to the west by Libya. Berryville, Wesley.
Algeria.
No, that's Egypt. Give the meaning of the Greek root tele. Benton, Shane.
Talk.
That's incorrect. Let me complete. As in the words telephone or telescope. Berryville, Wesley.
Distance.
Judges?
Long distance.
Acceptable.
Acceptable. Long distances. All right. Might need paper and pencil. In a right triangle with legs of 6 and 8 units, Benton, Jeremy W.
The hypotenuse is 10 units.
Incorrect. Let me complete now for Berryville. A triangle with legs of 6 and 8 units and a hypotenuse of 10 units. What is the sine of the smallest angle? Berryville, Wesley.
3/5.
That's correct. A pharmacopoeia is a book describing drugs and medicines. Spell Berryville, Wesley.
Pharmacopoeia.
Incorrect. Benton, Jeremy F.
Pharmacopoeia.
Incorrect. Pharmacopoeia. Pharmacopoeia. Now, next question. What device is used to produce high intensity? Berryville, Wesley.
A amplifier.
Incorrect. Let me complete now, Benton. Is used to produce high intensity monochromatic light. Benton, Jeremy W.
Laser.
A laser. What British romantic poet claimed the world is too much with us? Berryville, Wesley.
Keats.
Incorrect. Can you take it, Benton? It's complete. Benton, Shane.
Byron.
No, it was William Wordsworth. What is the headdress of a nun's habit called? Benton, Jeremy F.
No answer.
No answer? Question is complete, Berryville. No answer time? It's called a wimple or a veil. What is the common name for deuterium oxide? Berryville, Wesley.
Water.
More specific?
Hard water.
Incorrect. Benton, John.
Heavy water.
Heavy water is what we were looking for. 40. What famous American author, born in Virginia but raised in the West? Benton, Shane.
Cather.
Correct. Wrote the novel O Pioneers. Name the former Reagan White House official who wrote the book Speaking Out. Benton, Shane.
Haig.
Incorrect. Question is complete, Berryville. Berryville, Wesley.
Schultz.
No, it was Larry Speaks. Give me the general name applied to the process by which relatively large molecules in living cells, Benton, John.
Catabolism.
That's correct. Break down and release chemical energy through catabolism or catabolism. Consider, you may, I would, but you may need some paper. Consider a regular polygon with 20 sides. What would be the measure of one internal angle of such a polygon? Benton, John.
168 degrees.
Incorrect. Berryville, questions complete. Berryville, John.
18 degrees.
No, it was 162 degrees. So close. What American politician stated in 1967, the defeat of communists? Berryville, Wesley.
Johnson.
No, let me complete for Benton. Stated in 1967, the defeat of communist aggression is now, without question, inevitable. The only question now is, when will it be over? No answer. Time. Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon. Name the Pulitzer Prize winning author of Our Town. Benton, John.
Wilder.
That's correct, and that's your 45th question, and that is Benton, 390. Berryville, 270. Nicely played game. During that fourth quarter, for a few minutes, I wasn't sure who was going to pull ahead of who. This is just one of the most exciting 3 matches that we've had in a while. You heard earlier we had a tied match in the quarterfinals. We had a match that went into overtime. We had a match won by only 10 points. I think you've seen tonight what we've talked about. These are some of the brightest students in our high schools, and they do enjoy Quiz Bowl. I'd like now to congratulate Benton, and we have an award ceremony for our teams, so please stay with us and don't go away. Thank you.
This is a big time and a big night. This is Hiram Walters, who's a vice president, Arkansas Power and Light. You work in the area of customer relations.
That's correct. Customer service. Customer service, right.
I was close.
Right.
Is that worth 10 points, Brenda, to get that close? And this is a big night for APNL for these young people.
It surely is.
And it's one that you all are all proud of, I'm sure.
We are. These young people are really amazing. They really are. You know, I think that as you see them, as you observe the competition like we see here tonight, you can understand why Quiz Bowl has such an enthusiastic crowd. It's following them, really.
Yes.
And, you know, we've seen some excellent competition. The mind of the people here are amazing to me, and I think these young people have proven that they could compete with their contemporaries around the world, probably, with the questions that they've answered here tonight. I don't know how they read minds like they do here and answering them so fast.
I'm always amazed when they press the buzzer at a time which seems to me to be a little premature and still come up with the right answer.
Still the right answer.
Well, sometimes they come up with the wrong answer, too.
But it is exciting.
But it's a wonderfully exciting time for them and for all of us who watch. And it's going to be exciting, too, when our coaches and captains get up here and we're able to make the presentations of to the third-place teams and the second-place teams and of course, tonight's first-place winner. Because it's been an exciting time for them, too, I'm sure.
Oh, I know it has. It has been. We're excited to be a part of it at APNL. You know, it is an exciting time to see the fine people that we've had involved here. We would just like to be a part in congratulating these winners. At this time, I think we'd like to move on and do that.
This is the third time you've had a chance to be there.
Right.
Let's have the trophy, and this is for the one of the third-place winner. That would be either Northside. Coach, you want to come up here?
Third-place winner.
Northside captain. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
You're Captain
John Cooper.
John Cooper.
John,
yes.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, man.
And Coach?
Yes.
Yeah. Come up and say hello to Mr. Walters.
Let me get through here then.
All right.
Hi there. All
Congratulations.
Right.
An excellent job.
Appreciate it.
I know you're proud of this team.
Yeah, we'll come back and win the whole thing next year.
Good.
I promise you that.
Good. Good. Thank you, and thank you for coming up.
Appreciate it.
And then who's next? The team from Lewisville. Hi. Your coach, Renee Parker, and captain?
Stephen Willis.
Stephen.
Stephen, congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you, and thank you for coming up. Well, we appreciate you coming down to compete. I hope it was exciting for you.
It was very exciting.
Very exciting to get this far. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. And now the second place team tonight, the semifinal winner, and Coach, hello again.
Hi.
And Captain, Wesley?
Eddings.
Wesley Eddings. Say hello to Mr. Walters.
Wesley, congratulations. Y'all did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Fine. Thank you for coming up to the podium here, and congratulations, okay?
Thank you very much.
Fine. Now from Benton, where's that captain? And the coach. Hi. Fine. You, Coach?
Yes, Judy Parker.
Judy. Captain, how are you? Say hello to Mr. Walters.
Congratulations. Y'all did an outstanding job. And Coach, congratulations to you.
It's an exciting time.
Yes, it is.
And
They've
how-
worked hard for it.
How long you been working on it?
2 years with these.
Oh, you've been with it for 2 years?
Yes, sir.
Actually, they've been with me since 8th grade.
Oh, boy. Been coaching and pushing them that long?
Just pushing them hard.
Pushing them hard. And this
Yeah.
year you've been working since what? Since August?
Since August, yes. We started practicing in August.
Mhm.
When we start about 12, 15 kids and have to narrow down to 5.
And it pays off, and you never know until the last minute.
Oh, heavens, no.
Yeah.
No.
390 to 270. Well, it's a great win. Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
both of you.
Thank you.
Now, Brenda, let's have a big hand for Benton, okay? And now Brenda has an important announcement today.
Yes, fortunately, this year we've been able to calculate our all-tournament team and our most valuable player. I hope the players are still in the studio. If they are, I would certainly appreciate them coming forward right now. Our all-star, all-tournament team will consist of John Cooper from Fort Smith. Is John still here? No, all right. From Berryville, we have Wesley Eddings. Berryville. Wesley, all right. Stay around, stay right here. From Benton, we have Shane Whitlock. Congratulations.
Thank you.
From Lewisville, there's Stephen Willis. Where's Stephen? All right, we've had John Cooper join us from, what? From Northside. He's on our all-tournament team. All right? Our fifth member, and I know that they have already left, so I'll be sure that he gets this, is Derek Doyle from Huntsville, but let's give him a hand now, too. The Arkansas Activities Association, when they decided that this event was of the caliber that they could sanction as a state event, I mentioned earlier, wanted to award a most valuable player for our academic competition. We will be forever indebted to them for including us in their activities. I'd like to announce with this specially designed medallion, neck medallion, that this year's most valuable player is Wesley Eddings from Berryville. All right. And to think Wesley still has one more year. He's only a junior, so I'm certain we'll see them back again. Now, Mr. Goss, what other remarks do you have?
Listen, I'm so overwhelmed by what's happened here tonight, I'm almost wordless, and that will come as a great shock to everyone who knows what a big mouth I have. It's been a wonderful night for all of us, and I hope a wonderful night for you. We've had an outstanding set of competitions, very close in every one of them, and certainly close in this final. It epitomizes the excellence of education in Arkansas and the wonderful job these young people do in preparing themselves for this competition. You can look at these teams and see how well they are prepared and how well they are coached and ready to compete. They'll go on now to national competitions, and we think it's wonderful to have them here and wonderful to have them on the air. We're glad to be with them. Thank you very much.
Gene, behind you, there are still five individual trophies for the Benton team members to have, each of them from the first place team. So if the whole team from Benton would come up, please.
Good. Here. Congratulations.
And then the sixth one is for the coach.
Well, I'll do that one. Is that all right? I'll make that presentation. Congratulations to you and your team, okay? That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Brenda.
Yes. I hope that you were able to be with us many parts of the week. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we played the state championship matches. You have to realize that these teams have been working since, as one mentioned earlier, August, September, October. There have been invitational tournaments all year long. The state sponsors 3 levels of tournaments, from regional tournaments in March, then state championship tournaments in April, and then the overall. But what I hear from these team players and from letters all year long is they want to play more. So as a result, the cooperatives, the educational cooperatives have started invitational tournaments, as well as colleges and universities. When this was started 9 years ago, I wondered how long it would last, and each year it just never ceases to amaze me how it grows and how these young people enjoy this competition. There are a lot of different types of competition, but we want to be certain that we serve all children. Some enjoyed this rapid fire, rapid pace competition. Others had rather do the problem-solving kind. So what we try in education to do is give a variety of competitions. I'm just so extremely proud of all these young people, proud of the judges who worked with me today. Without them, I could not do any of this. AETN has just been terrific, And all I can say is good night and thank you very much for my part.
For this special event, friends and family come along.
What it takes to run the way.